it's the first frame. Daniel Womersley to break.
It's 45 days since Kyren Wilson became world champion on a memorable night at the Crucible, a lifetime dream realised, and this is his first match on the World Snooker Tour since that great evening, up against Daniel Womersley, first of all, here in this group of the Championship League. Play 3 matches, of course, and whoever finishes top tonight will be coming back for stage 2. Michael Holt, I'm delighted to say, not only is alongside him in the commentary box, but he's back on tour after 2 years. We're all excited. I know you are, Michael, and well, looking forward to seeing firstly the new world champion, and then of course playing yourself next week.
Yeah, looking forward to playing, definitely. Been practicing, and yeah, like I say, really excited. And yeah, it's good. It's interesting to see Kyren's first match as world champion. Whether he'll feel any different, I think the big days when he's called out as world champion when there's a crowd. But you know, I think he will handle it. Not after that shot there, but because I think he's been telling himself, you know, he works on his mindset about being world champion. That's why he's gone and won it. So yeah, I'd be interested to see how he gets on.
Yeah, and there'll be a lot of scrutiny, but it's a good problem to have. If people are following your results that closely, it's because you have achieved, as I say, the ultimate dream. That wasn't the best of starts, let's be honest, that shot. And Daniel Womersley here, just hoping to settle in as quickly as he can. He's a Q School top-up. Won 5 matches in Q School this year. Not to be there, though.
No, he's a good guy, Daniel. I obviously met him last year on the Q Tour. But yeah, he's a good player. Nice, it's the ball lovely.
Well, I'm sure he's enjoyed himself as he's entitled to have done since the Crucible, but now it's back to work, isn't it? It's going to be a busy season. Of course, he's going to be in quite a few tournaments he wasn't in last year. He missed out on a few. Shanghai Masters, Champion of Champions. I think he was in Shanghai, actually, but missed out on Champion of Champions. Wasn't in the Players Series events on ITV either.
No, he has enjoyed it. I know he's been on holiday because he bumped into my wife in Portugal. Yeah, so that was fun. Small world. But yeah, I think he'll really deal with it really well, being world champion. I think it's something obviously he's dreamt about, and yeah, he did. It's just such a fantastic achievement, you know, to win that tournament. Not just playing the level you need to, just getting over the line.
Yeah, and he's grounded, isn't he? We saw that, you know, when he won. Very much about family. He's got 2 young boys, and he's married. His parents very close. It's not going to go to his head. It doesn't mean it'll be easy, because it's not an easy game anyway. But I think he'll relish the chance to have his year, and hopefully beyond that, as in a way the man to beat. And you know he's going to represent the sport well, also off table.
Absolutely, yeah. He loves the game, and loves being a snooker player, and obviously now world champion. You know, it's the dream.
Well, it is back to work. I don't know how much practice he's done, but of course he's got 3 matches today, and of course he is expected to come through. He would be anyway, but certainly now he's world champion. But we've already seen a few upsets so far in the Championship League this year, so just wants to start well.
Yeah, I think this tournament can sometimes throw a few upsets up because players have not been practicing as much. You know, it's quite early on in the season. But yeah, I think there's no better preparation for the Championship League than winning the World Championship.
Well, that's a lovely split. So this is already a good chance in frame 1.
And that's the luck world champions get.
So while Kyren goes about his business here, this is the other table. Hossein Vafai from Iran, of course. And he's taken on Josh Mulholland in his first match. Again, Vafai the top seed there. And, of course, already winner of the shootout. And a player who you just fancy could have a really good season as well. He's had a good few years, but he's going to be one of those... Well, that's gone wrong, actually. But he's going to be one of those I think we're going to see a lot of over the next few months.
Yeah, he's a heavy scorer, and you know, players that can score are always very dangerous.
Of course, Wilson has got pedigree in the Championship League. He's won the invitation version and the ranking version. This one won the first one of those actually in 2020. Always played in this tournament. Not too far from where he lives in Kettering.
38.
Be great, wouldn't it, if he could start with a century, his first match as champion.
Yeah, he's a very heavy scorer, Kyren. He's been criticised down the years for the way he scores, but it's more the way he goes about things. He gets into and breaks the balls open. He don't go about it like sort of Ding Junhui type, but it's equally as effective because he gets them open and keeps potting.
Well, 69 centuries last season. Only Judd Trump made more with 79.
When it comes to styles of play, sometimes I think it's down to character. You know, it just suits, especially with such a good potter. He's got to use that, and yeah, just get the balls open, and he'll just, like I say, keep potting. Barry Stark, he's done a lot of work with. He actually plays at my club. I know they work very hard together.
Already we've seen Jack Jones, who Kyren beat in that world final, reach stage 2. Yeah, I mean, I was very lucky to be there for the final, and it was a very dramatic match in the end. Of course, Wilson was 7-0 up.
48.
But he did get a little close, but he just held Jones off, and saw the very emotional reaction to winning at the end.
49.
Yeah, he was having a few little jitters towards the end, which I think happens every time. You sort of waiting for that little bit of oh, I'm going to be world champion, but eventually to get over the line. And I think, like he said at the time, he couldn't see, could he? But yeah, what an incredible achievement. You could hear the sigh. Oh.
Well, it might be a bit of a sigh there, for different reasons. He's not finished on the red. You can see he's annoyed by that. Cue ball just kept on running here. Welcome back, Kyren. The game is not easy, whether you're world champion or not.
Yeah, I'll be moaning.
Well, let's talk briefly about yourself, Michael, because obviously, you know, you did drop off the tour and you weren't sort of too big to go to the amateur game. You played on the Q Tour, very successful there. Last year, you must be proud you've worked your way back on sort of honestly.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a great way to do it, and obviously to do the other success on the Q Tour that I did, even though I didn't expect to sort of do that well. But yeah, I did, and it was great. I need the stars to align, but I played, you know, well enough when I needed to. So yeah, I'm really sort of proud of my achievement, really. Because like you say, I could have, going back to clubs, you know, I could have gone a bit, sort of, not played in clubs for years, but I had to take my medicine. You know, I was there for a reason, and, you know, get the balls in the holes.
Well, another chance for Wilson has come immediately. He's also not the yellow save, which doesn't favour him, 52 behind.
I think when you're playing these top players, you've got to try and put them under a little bit of pressure as early as you can, because if they get relaxed, it's a tough school then. Because even though he is world champion, he'll want to win. You know, there'll be a little bit of tension there. You know, it's a match at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I'm sure also Kyren Wilson just wants to get back into playing. There's a lot of hoopla that goes on, and it's good hoopla away from the table, but this is where the work happens, of course. Every world champion will tell you, particularly first-time winners, suddenly the demands on your time massively increased, and you want quality time in this sport. So now that the season's restarted, he's going to, I'm sure, be focused on what he's best at, which of course is playing.
7.
Definitely agree with that. Yeah, I think he will do it though. I really do believe that.
Well, this was the second chance in the frame, but it's surely going to be the last one he needs
14.
to win it. Remember, this is a short match, first to 3, can be a draw.
Look at Kyren's technique when he pulls his cue quite a long way back, and then he has that sort of go, and then he goes again there. Look, he's always had that in his technique, well, for a while anyway. But I know he works hard at his technique with Barry,
22.
and he's a bit of a tinkerer, but this one's working.
$30. 31.
If you look at his stance there as well, he bends both his legs. Apparently you're not supposed to do that.
38.
Someone should start a YouTube channel, Michael, to point out some of these myths and debunk them.
There is actually one, you know.
39.
It's Michael Holt coaching. If you want to look it up.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the names on the trophy for the World Championship. There's all sorts of different styles. I mean, Alex Higgins obviously would be a bit of an outlier in terms of how you're supposed to play, but they've all done it in different ways.
Yeah, definitely. The big key is repeatability. If you can repeat, it doesn't really matter that much. If you're blessed with a Jack Lazowski beautiful hit, then great, but don't spend that much time trying to get one, because that's not why you pop balls.
$49. 51.
Not easy game, look.
I guess the other thing as well, Kyren Wilson now has a chance to be world #1 with all the ranking points he got from the Crucible and the ones that he can get this season. He's 3 in the world, so you know, this is a ranking event. If he could start well, that could be an opportunity this season.
58.
I think you hear him when he's interviewed, he talks about sort of legacies, and he talks about, you know, what he's going to achieve in the game. So I don't think there's any danger of him just sitting back and going, oh, I'm world champion now. I really do believe he's going to go for everything.
Well, it's back to work for Kyren Wilson, and he's back in business. He leads 1-0. So Kyren Wilson off and running 1-0 up here, and Hussein Vafai's also won the opening frame at a break of 89 against Josh Mulholland on table 2. That's live on Matchroom's Multisport YouTube channel.
The second frame, Kyren Wilson to break.
The other players in this group, we've got Scott Donaldson and also Baipat Sirapaporn. She's former women's world champion, and actually her partner, Manasarwin Fetmalaykal's in the other group. So it's a big day for those two. Daniel Womersley did get to the quarterfinals of the shootout in 2022.
Glad you mentioned the shootout, David.
Yeah, lots of big hitters have won that. Hussein Vafai, obviously one of them. A few others, I can't quite remember all of them now, but...
Just cast your mind back to 2020.
So Wilson goes for that one. Yeah, Kyren Wilson, he won an extraordinary shootout on the blue in the shootout last year, but he also had this running sort of joke wearing different gloves. He kind of went a little bit mad at that tournament, but thankfully he managed to recover himself in time for the World Championship.
Well, that's what the shootout can do to you.
He wore an oven glove at one point.
It's not the maddest thing we've ever seen there. He winning was mad, to be fair.
Yeah, he had a few bits of bad luck actually during the season. There was one qualifying match where his opponent fluked an outrageous snooker and made a winning clearance, and actually the Masters as well against Judd Trump. He was a little bit unlucky, but well, that's forgotten, isn't it? You know, it doesn't matter now, all of that.
Yeah, is that where Judd fluked 2 balls in a row? Was it at the end? Was that?
No, that was in China. That was another one. That was in China.
I saw that clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, this, no matter who you are, no matter how much success, this game will drive you mad. And that's something I keep reminding myself with what's coming.
Well, that's a good pot. Oh, and not the worst kiss. Well, double kiss in the end. It's sent him towards a colour.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, we talk about it's a wild card with Daniel, but you know, it's important because if he gets, you know, if he does well in the table, when you never know what's going to happen, you know, that confidence boost moving forward can be huge for him. So, you know, it's important for him to do his best.
Yeah, and there's prize money, of course, but not for finishing 4th. So that's going to be his aim immediately, not to be in last position, but he's missed that blue.
Yeah, be disappointed with that. It's a shot I'd expect to get.
Womersley, 1.
Hasn't helped the frame really either. Blue and black now both out of commission.
Yeah, if it pots the pink, I don't know whether it goes on its spot. I think that's what he's looking for now. He might try and get on the pink and move something or a bulk colour, but this is a bit of a mess. Not hit that as well as he'd like, I don't think. These are the shots, kiss of death here, but these are the shots he's brilliant at, these middle distance. And I knew it.
Kyren
I
Wilson,
don't know what happened there on the red. He didn't seem to sort of get any screw back on the... I don't know whether it's just a bad hit or bad contact. I think we need to get comfortable for this frame.
Well, this is it, isn't it? If the big colours go into awkward positions, then it's just harder to get anything going if you do get a chance.
It might help Daniel. It might give him, you know, he'll guarantee to, well, he'll get a few shots, settle himself down. It's a brilliant shot. He played that.
1.
I think he might be trying to move some reds here, playing safe. No, he's gone for it.
Kyren Wilson, 1.
Thought he might play safe there and try and move the black, or... But no. These sort of situations, you're just trying to hope, really. Screw it in, you might develop something. And I've always thought with decisions like this, it can look impossible. Then a couple of shots later, now he could play a cannon to move the black here. Can he? Maybe not, no.
Well, fair play. He tried to make something happen, and it has done. Got a shot at the blue. And that will certainly help to get the blue on its spot there in the middle of the table.
No, if you can get back up on the blue, it's not that
6.
bad. a good shot, that is. It's very easy to not judge that off that cushion. I think he might be looking to try and go through the gap to play on the reds in this corner, or could play a cannon. Got a few options here. Sometimes you don't overthink it. Just play the shot that first comes in your mind. And he's missed. Yeah, he's just distracted there, what he's doing with the white. He didn't make a decision there. Yeah, that's just so annoying when you do that.
So, Kyren Wilson looking to profit from that mistake. Obviously, pink and black no good at the minute, but blue should be back on its spot after this shot. The other thing, of course, I mean, he actually said a few years ago now, he was annoyed that he wasn't being chosen for the TV matches, and there's various sort of reasons why people get picked, and it can depend on the time of the day and just what broadcasters want. He will be now, won't he? He'll be on the main table for most events, and that's another perk of being world champion. So we're going to see a lot of him.
Yeah, and like you say, he wants that. He loves it. And we'll see how he gets on.
Yeah, there was a tournament I think Ding had been put on, and Kyren was higher up, but Chinese television were paying, you know, to show the tournament. So there were various reasons for it. But anyway, that's something he doesn't need to worry about this year. But I think it's good that, you know, he wants to be high profile, and you want your world champion, whatever the sport is, to be well known, to be seen, to be representing the game, and he will do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely he will. And I think he'll be...
13.
I mean, not be thinking about it too much yet, but the Crucible curse, he'll be really going for that next year.
Long way off. Meanwhile, he's tried to bring the black into play, but, well... Is he still on it?
Yeah, I think he can get this. Oh, he's missed it. We forgot to mention that shot on the rest he played a minute ago to get on the blue. That was unbelievable.
Well, he tried to open things up, and he was on the black, but not to beat. Yeah, as you say, Daniel Womersley, at least he's getting table time in this frame. That might just settle him in, even though the table was awkward when he was trying to put something together.
1.
Yeah, I mean, such short matches as well. You know, it's easy to lose. You know, you win the first frame, everything's all sweetness and light. But you know, this game, if a player gets a bit of momentum, it can be over. A side door, it'd take it. He's not completely inexperienced. He's played in a few times in this event, I think. He's been around a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, as I say, shootout quarters, he's been a couple of last 32s when he's been a top-up in ranking events as well. But I guess what he doesn't have is he misses that is sort of the regular week-in, week-out matches on these tables. He'll play in the amateur game, but as you know, you spent a couple of years there. It is different, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a completely different It's just a different light. It's weird. It's, you know, and that just changes the atmosphere slightly, and you know, you can lose that familiarity very quickly.
1.
He's had his chances this frame, you know, be kicking himself. I think it's the worst way to lose as well. When you've had chances, it is just heartbreaking. But it's for me anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is for everyone. But also the danger is, you know, the sort of more experienced player just grows more confident if they win a couple of scrappy ones and then can't sort of get near them.
Yeah, don't let these top players get relaxed, else you are in trouble.
6.
Well, that's worked out pretty well. So this is a chance for Wilson now to make it 2-0.
See this rest. Brilliant with a rest. Big long swing. And hits it lovely.
7.
I get the impression, I feel like if he is struggling with his hand, he just play with the rest all the time, be all right.
It's one of those frames where balls went awkward early on, but they're looking less awkward now.
Yeah, you'll expect to win from here.
13.
A perfect cue, shot of his cue action there. Very long and straight, Kyren. Or as straight as you get anyway.
24.
Once again, the rest
5.
coming to his rescue. So 20 in front, 25 with the blue, so yellow as well.
Yeah, he's set up with a rest. He's perfect to play a good shot with it. Does everything you need to do. He's got a nice long swing. Has he gone too far there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he didn't look happy with it.
I thought he might go in that green pocket, but...
So, not done yet. He's still favourite for the frame, but that
Kyren Wilson.
would have been frame ball had he actually got on it to the middle.
And there's this little sign there that he's up for winning, because he could have been a bit frustrated there and tried to clip it in the middle, but he's played a good safety shot.
Yeah, and let's be honest, you know, he could have sat this tournament out, couldn't he? You know, it's the curtain raiser, it's still June. Some of the big hitters have decided not to play in it, that's up to them. But it's a bit of a statement that he's actually entered. He wants to start the season as world champion and you know, play as much as he can, which is good. And as you say, as he's here to win.
Definitely, yeah, I think where he was in Portugal, it would have been very easy to stay out there. I think if I was world champion, I'd break the record for pina coladas drank in the summer.
where pink and black are obviously still favourite for the frame, but he hasn't won it yet. And this format is pretty cutthroat. We've seen that over the last week or so. You know, if you can win 3-0, obviously that's the perfect start. 3-1, the frame difference later, you know, that could make a difference to the table. So he would have been annoyed not to get on the yellow. Oh, hello. Well.
Oh, wow. Oh, here we go.
It's happening, Michael.
Yeah, it's happening. I told you. It's just inevitable.
He's blessed.
The rest of the tour just go, oh. But, I mean, I've seen it loads of times in this event. You know, somebody's 1-0 up, looking like going 2-0, and then all of a sudden, you know, a 3-1 loss, it just could happen.
It happened the other night to Ricky Walden, and he needed to win that match against Martin O'Donnell, and he lost it. Well, that's one way to hit the yellow.
That's inexperience. He should have made out he played that. He'll learn.
Well, he has got the rest out. This is not a sitter, but it is effectively for a 2-0 lead. Not in.
I thought he might have dropped that in, to be honest, because with the pink and black safe, give it the best chance. But see the way he hits it with the rest, he likes to play a full shot. I got away with it. That is a good shot there by Daniel, really good shot. Yes, I'm looking see if he can get behind it, but it looks pretty close. He'd have to get really close past the yellow to get behind it, I think. He's trying to might bring the yellow down the table and try and bit of cover, but this can go wrong, this shot. Yeah, I think he might have played the double there, but no, it's not in. He's been a bit lucky there. This is on, but it could have been a lot easier. This is missable.
Yeah, exactly. He just came away from the pocket slightly, rather than sitting nicely over it.
Smash this in, flick the pink, flick the black on the green. No, he didn't fancy it.
And this is another big shot coming up. Missed a couple in this match so far.
That's a really good pot.
Yeah, struck that so well. So a chance then to steal it. Okay, it's not straightforward, but this frame could easily have been over by now.
If he can get on this blue a bit high, he might try and play a little cannon on the pink. He's going to pot the brown first, and has he gone too far? That's just, it's not bad. He can get on the pink, but I suppose he can cannon it. I don't know whether he wants to do it, whether he wants to just try and roll the pink down the cushion, play a double, play safe. I think I'd be inclined to play the cannon. Let's having a look now. Look, if it's off ball, any side, he should be on it. Nice pace. And if he misses it, he just plays safe. So I think it's worth a crack. Good pace. Oh, he's just a bit unlucky there, but now he's got a chance for a safety.
Yeah, he was only fractionally out there from the cannon.
Yeah, it's one of them shots where he's so close to being perfect there, but he's nowhere. Now it looks awful. That looks a good shot.
Daniel
So there's
Womersley.
drama here.
14.
Yeah. At the moment, the black being where it is does still favour Wilson, but if you were to miss this twice, then that would change things. He would need it himself. Missed it once.
Daniel Womersley, 6.
At the moment, Wilson still only needs the pink, but that would change if he missed it again.
Yes, from looking a really bad frame to watch, it's actually been a good one now.
Yeah, and they all count in this format, so fascinating to see whether Womersley is going to take it.
Foul and a miss. Daniel Womersley, 6.
And of course, there's a danger here that he might end up needing a snooker himself.
Yeah, he's just going a bit wide. It's going a bit wider than what he thinks. That's because they're brand new cloths.
If he misses this time, then Womersley only needs the pink himself. He won't need the black. Well, the black has now moved to the other cushion.
It was all happening there. I don't know what to say.
Exciting finish. (2-0) Hussein Vafai, meanwhile, against Josh Mulholland on table 2. That is sort of going to script that one.
Don't know whether this clips in, you know what. It's a fine one if it does. It's one of them situations where the safety is so tough. And he's going behind it, I think. He might be careful, might need to put the pink over the corner pocket. He don't want to do that. Yeah, that was always a chance there.
But what's changed, of course, is Wilson does now need pink and black.
If there's ever a player you don't want to try and drop this in, or if he's going for it, there's him, it's Kyren. No, we don't like it. Well, chummies don't miss. Got to be a roll off.
He's certainly not still on the beach, though, is he? You know, he's come here very competitive here, wanting to make a statement. He knows all eyes are on him now as well. That's the other thing. People will be monitoring these performances today, these results.
Yeah, never credit to him because he could sit back and relax. You know, a lot of people would, but you know, he's here to win. He's tried to flick the black maybe there. But he was about 3 inches from winning this frame a bit ago.
Exactly, yeah. He played for the yellow, didn't he, to the middle and didn't quite get on it. And at that point, Womersley was making quite a few errors. Well, OK, double kiss, but no real damage done.
Yeah.
There's another one of those insincere apologies from Daniel again. Sorry about that.
It's funny, you know, you watch snooker from certainly the 80s, even the 90s, you never saw anyone apologise for anything.
Oh, really?
None of that then. The Thorburns and all those guys, they're hard as nails.
Yeah, I've always... I mean, yeah, I do it, but we all know nobody means it. Inside, you're just doing cartwheels.
Of course, the other players in this group, I'm sure, would like to see Kyren Wilson lose a couple of frames here. He's the favourite, but if he were to sort of falter in this match, it opens the door.
Hello? Oh, drama.
6.
That's it. I'm done. I'm going, Dave. See you in a bit.
That's incredible. To go in the middle of that angle, and he's on the black. You can't make it up. Snooker gods having their fun. Kyren Wilson didn't get on the yellow when he had a great chance to win the frame. Daniel Womersley flukes the pink. Can he roll the black in? Otherwise, it's a respot. In it goes. What a frame. What a frame that was in the end. And Daniel Womersley wins it. It's 1-1. Well, Kyren Wilson, it is kind of welcome back, isn't it, to the realities of snooker. He was in control of this frame at one point. This is how it ended. Incredible. The fluke was one thing, but the fact where the black is.
Yeah, amazing. Fantastic. Just a brilliant fluke, wasn't it? And then, like you say, he's absolutely perfect.
I did wonder, obviously, had he jawed the black, it could have been a respot, but maybe we had enough drama as it was. Anyway, it's one each, and as I say, that could be, you know, important later as we count back. And obviously, Kyren Wilson was looking good for 2-0. Not won the match yet. There's 2 frames left guaranteed. Now, on table 2, it's a little bit more plain sailing at the moment for Hussein Vafai. He's the top seed there, of course, the Iranian, and he's 2-0 up against Josh Mulholland. He's another Q School top-up. And as you can see at the table here, in frame 3, the other players in this group, Louis Heathcote and Manasarwin Fetmalaikel from Thailand. This is available to watch on Matchroom Multisport's YouTube channel. Vafai, one of those players who you could see him certainly A, winning something, and B, becoming established in the top 16. He's just on the sort of margins at the moment, but yeah, number 21 as the season starts. But certainly, if he ends up there later in the campaign, it would be nobody's surprise. That continues on table 2, but we're going to go back to 1. And what is next in this match?
Yeah, I looked at Kyren sitting in his chair a minute ago. I was thinking, I wonder if he's thinking, I wish I should have stayed in Portugal.
The weather was so nice. The drinks were plentiful. But, yeah, he's back, as I say, to the realities here of the World Snooker Tour.
We'll see how it affects Daniel now. A bit of a confidence boost. He might relax him. You know, and he can win now.
Yeah, I mean, the fluke Wilson could do nothing about. Where he'll be disappointed was the shot to get on the yellow, which he just needed. Play for it to the middle, didn't get on it, it didn't go past the green to the corner, and he ended up losing the frame.
Must have felt confident there because he played it all in. But he's missed it, and now Kyren's in.
Well, his logo's come off to be stuck back on, but at least the red went in. This was the attempt from his opponent that stayed out.
Is he going into him here? I think he is. Yep. Yeah, that's the difference with Kyren. Some players would pick him off a bit more or go into him off the black, but just the way Kyren plays, just get him open early. I think he definitely sees the perfect way to play for him, the way he plays and the way he pots.
Well, there'll be a lot of frames to play this season, and some of them will end in the way the last one did, but you just get on with the next one, don't you? And this is a great chance already, a much more open frame than the second, for sure. Chance to make a nice break and put himself within 1 of winning this match and getting the first 3 points.
Yeah, and he's just looking to try and get that red over the pocket's actually annoying him. as daft as it sounds. He wants to move that as quickly as he can. I think he's played on it there. I think he just, if he can get through to it, he'll either play the plant or
12.
Yeah, that's what he's doing, I think. Careful where the red goes. Yeah,
13.
that can happen, that. Yeah, he'd be moaning he's a bit unlucky there, but that can happen, that. That was always a risk. I thought he could get through direct to the red. I'm surprised he didn't play that, but I'm sure he'd have played it if he could.
Blue ball.
But Kenny's played the right shot again.
13.
You know, a bit of frustration. Some people go for the blue, but no, he looks like he's in a good frame of mind, even after what happened. Yeah, I thought he could get through to that red there. You know, on the pocket, there's no risk then. Playing, screwing up the table. Might be careful where the red goes. It can always happen. See, I've been on lookout many times. I can see it happening, Dave.
And this is the thing. I mean, like you say, Wilson. It wasn't a rush of blood when it went wrong. He thought about what he was doing. Even if something's gone badly wrong, you can be back at the table immediately, and you've got to be ready. You've got to be ready to take the chance. And not everybody is. Let's be honest.
No, it is hard to do. It is hard to do.
1.
Some people do it better than others.
Well, again, get the blue back on its spot. That helps things. Black obviously tied up because of the last shot he played.
See how it can change. Like this table went from the best table ever to a bit of a mess, but oh, that's nice. Oh, that's all right, isn't it, that?
The black untied.
6.
The way he played that, I don't know whether he might have played something like that, you know, because I don't know what he played on otherwise.
Well, certainly the pace he played it suggested he was trying to move something, and the black has now come free.
I think he's, look, if he can play on the black, I think it might tie it up again, so unless he can flick the red, screwing this in, or he might go up for the blue. Yeah, that's what he's done. So the red near the black spot, he wants to move that as quickly as he can. I don't think it goes in this yellow corner, or the yellow side of the table. Oh, he's missed. So another chance for
Kyren
Daniel.
Wilson, 7.
It's one of those, like, had he gotten that yellow, I know we keep talking about it, but he probably would have won 3-0. Now it's become a struggle suddenly. Things are going awkward, and he's starting to look a little bit annoyed.
Yeah, it gets to everyone. It's nice to see, Dave. It's not just me.
And there you go. This is what I was saying, you know, you can come back to the table immediately. That's the thing. You can feel things are going bad for you, but the other guy could be feeling even worse. That's a bit of a let-off, though. I think Daniel Womersley would agree. Yeah, there was a chance to kind of rub it in a bit.
Will he try and move the red here? Maybe. Yeah, flick the red, but he's missed the cannon.
1.
So that's not gone perfect again. But there's nothing else you get over a miss than somebody else missing. Yeah, that's a bad miss.
Well, looks like he's taking the yellow on. So these colours are kind of scattering a bit now. another sort of scrappy frame. There's only 21 in front here.
Yeah, it's like a league match. I mean, I know he's missed a few, but at some point he's going to string a few together, so Kyren's got to be careful.
One.
Well, that was side door. I think he thinks the black might not go on his spot, and if it doesn't, he'd love that. Could he screw into it now if it does? No, I don't think he...
It's going to be 3-0 to Hussein Vafai, just mopping up in frame 3 against Josh Mulholland, so the perfect start for him.
It does go on, so he'd be gutted, but he's landed on a red, so he can get on the pink, so it's not the end of the world.
Eight.
I think the pink goes on its spot, and I think the red under it goes. So it might just be a 2 or 3 stun shots here, and the table's going to look much better. Played that one first, so now it's just a tricky little pink. This is not guaranteed pot, but if he gets it, he's away. Yeah, look, it's not as easy, but that's a good shot. Is it that perfect? I'll say that, a bit short, but he's on a red.
15.
Don't know if these 2 reds are a plant. No, it can't be. I should have seen it.
It's one of those situations, you know, for all the practice the players do, you'd never set the table up like this, would you? So he's just got to kind of work out some sort of path.
Maybe Fergal would. Yeah. And love it.
So
you've got to move somewhat soon. So I don't know whether they can get an angle on this pink to try and cannon the reds near the black. No, he can't. So
23.
I didn't like that. He needed to be very precise with that cannon.
29.
He's looking at the plant now. I thought that earlier. Because if they're touching, he might be able to really squeeze that either way, whichever way he needs to. I think there's a chance there, either, and he might be moving the black as well. He might not, he might have come too straight, but Oh, yeah.
30.
These players, they don't spot these shots, David.
Well, that has really opened things up, hasn't it? So Kyren Wilson was one positional shot from going 2-0 up. Is he going to go 2-1 down here? Womersley growing in confidence all the time, it would seem.
Yeah, little screw shot here. Just be careful with this shot. Can be missed. He's just not got the cannon. He'd be annoyed with that because he could have gone the other side. If he misses it the other side, he's on the other red.
37.
Yeah, bad shot that. He's in charge of the frame now. A lot of left-hand side to try and avoid that cannon lock, and he's probably gone for it as well, but don't put it over the hole.
Daniel Womersley, 37.
Always the hand, the insincere hand's gone up. There it is.
Well, I mean, the pink going in is one thing, but leaving the red... He must be feeling, hang on, I'm world champion. My running lasted about 10 minutes, and then now everything's going against me.
I'm in shock.
But literally now everything that can go wrong is. I mean, not being on the red to start with. If he hadn't flicked the pink, he could have covered it. All of that, pink going in, it's just, well, turning into a nightmare.
Yeah, it was a disaster, wasn't it, really? But you just go back to that when I think was it blue, and he just overscrewed for the yellow. Now it can turn so quickly.
Yeah, and not just well, they go together, but not just the sort of scoreline, but how he's feeling as well.
Yeah, like I say, that sun lounger, he's like, what have I done?
80.
Daniel Womersley, meantime, has to focus here because this is a chance to take the lead and then maybe win the match, and that would be a massive win for him. Nobody could beat Kyren Wilson at the Crucible, but is he going to lose his first match back for the new term?
9.
He's just got to compose himself here. A great chance.
Well, this red, and Kyren Wilson needs a snooker.
13.
Womersley fluked the pink at the end of the last frame. There's been all sorts happening in this one as well. He's got better as the match has gone on. It's been quite scrappy, but one more good pot needed, and he should be in front. And in it goes.
14. One. $22.
And it will be a big result if he can pull it off, because at the end of the day, it's a world champion he's beat. If he can do it.
Well, this frame is over. 44 the lead. Just to rub it in. I mean, he didn't need that in, but that's just sort of the cherry on top of the already rather unpleasant cake for Kyren Wilson. Everything he's doing is going wrong, and everything his opponent is doing is going right.
27 and the third frame.
But the frame was well and truly
Daniel
won,
Womersley.
and Daniel Womersley, who was one shot from going 2-0 down, leads 2-1, and he needs one more to beat the world champion Kyren Wilson. Well, it's been an eventful match this, and Daniel Womersley is in front 2-1. So the best Kyren Wilson can do is a draw. As I say, the other players in the group will be happy enough with that. Scott Donaldson's the second seed, and Baipat Sirapapon as well. They're up next. Wilson obviously would have been a favourite to win this match, but right now the best he can do is a point. Table 2, they're underway. Louis Heathcote and Manasarwin Vetmalaikel. That's in, of course, today's other group. Well, what a terrific shot. He's feeling good, and he's playing good.
And that was a perfect shot, is it? That absolutely perfect. Easy to go wrong, that, funnily enough. But he's got the perfect cannon there. He's got a couple of options, I think. With this red, he can screw off it or go forward. Maybe develop a few. This is the riskier of the one, the screwing it in, I think. But it's, yeah, that's the problem. It's so easy to do that. If you just straight, it'd be a bit of a nightmare. So if you could just get Ding Junhui to play that shot for you. Have like a phone a friend in certain shots.
Yes, he couldn't do much with the cue ball, but at least he has potted the black.
It's a really big shot now, because he knows if he does go for this red, which I think he will, if he can pot this red, this is a brilliant chance to win. No, no good. No win here.
Daniel Womersley, 16.
Well, similar, really. If he could pot this, then chance for Wilson to get the draw he's looking for.
Daniel City would have been sitting there hoping, just everything crossed, please don't pot this. Be so careful not to leave something in the middle here. Very easy to do that. That looks pretty good. Daniel's got the upper hand here. You don't look and get back to the behind the black without really raising his cue. Is he going to go for one? That looked good on the way there.
Well, it had a go, didn't it? Going down the hole there, but not to be. Very close to it.
One.
So, second chance for Daniel Womersley amongst them.
He might play a little cannon here. It's down the red. Can't see it going wrong. Just a little, just pot the black, nice, soft. Is it that? Put too much bottom on that. Really hit the wrong red. He's still okay, but now he's got a shot to play.
8.
Yeah, it's a bad shot, that, really. He should have canned the other red. I think he's okay.
Foul.
Yeah,
Daniel
well, he
Womersley,
missed the
8.
red anyway, but he called the foul on himself.
Kyren Wilson, 4.
Must have just caught something there with his cue, I guess. But as I say, he missed the red anyway. So, can Kyren Wilson supply some sort of grandstand finish here and at least get the point out of the match? It's not what he was looking for, but he would still be in reasonable shape in this group. If he could win his last two, obviously gets to 7 points, he'd be looking good.
6.
Yeah, every one of these pots will be breaking Daniel's heart.
7.
Well, yeah, 2 chances at the start of the frame. Will he get another one, though?
I mean, it's unlikely now. I think if you're getting a few chances, you can't expect these top players to keep missing, because eventually they will pot all the balls.
9. 10.
Sure, Kyren Wilson has goals for the season. He'd like to start ticking off a few of the other big tournaments. It's sort of, I mean, he'd won 5 ranking events already, but it's sort of gone the other way. Quite a few players win various tournaments and
17.
try and become world champion. He's world champion now. There's the Masters, there's the UK Championship, there's Tour Championship, all those sort of events he'll be targeting.
18.
He'd come close several times to winning those events. He'd been runner-up at the Masters, runner-up at the Champion of Champions, some near misses in other events as well. But
25.
he's got a new status. People look at him differently now, don't they? World champion.
Yeah, definitely it can affect different players in different ways, but like I was saying earlier, I think he'll rise
26.
to it.
33. 34.
Talent was spotted when he played Peter Ebdon in a charity pool match. He was only sort of 6 years of age, and obviously it was a bit of fun, but Peter said to his parents, I think actually he's got something. You might want to consider coaching, and mentioned Barry Starks helped him a lot. He actually used to get Fridays off school as well to play in a snooker academy, which I'm sure at the time was controversial, but look what's happened.
Absolutely, and you mentioned Peter. He reminds me so much of Peter Ebdon, the way he plays, because Peter was a bit of a shot maker as well. You know, incredible potter, not as silky as some, but you know, he got the balls in, and he had his mindset. Obviously, that winning mindset, that ultimate belief in his ability. I mean, don't always work. You're going to lose, but yeah, again, that's one of the reasons why I think
47.
he will sort of rise to being the world champion.
First things first, he's trying now get this frame one. It would be a good result actually for Daniel Womersley, even though obviously he could have won. It would also be a good result for the other two players in the group, because it just makes it a very open group now, if he can win this frame.
Yeah, it just shows you the mindset, how things can change. You look at a certain result, he'd have probably been happy with 2-each at the start, but now he'll actually be disappointed.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you said earlier, you know, when you get the chance, that's the thing. He could have been blitzed today, couldn't he? That could have happened, but he hasn't been.
It was such a good one as well, you know. You couldn't have asked for him to be split better, but he has to sort of, he'll be upset for 5 minutes and he's got to sort of get his head back, get his head down for the next match that's coming, because ultimately it's a good draw if it happens.
Exactly. Wilson's still got to finish this off. He's 35 in front, so just working out where he wants to be on one of these reds here. And then he would need red and a colour. So pink puts him 41 in front. It'd be red and a colour. It should be 2-2.
You see a little gesture from Kyren there. He hit that bad. He knows he did. And he did little sort of hand gestures. I go, oh, no, I butchered that one.
Yes. So not over yet. 35 in at 51 on.
One.
That was a good shot, that.
4.
Perfect on the red.
Well, this feels like the big shot, getting on this red. And then, what a chance.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got the pink over the pocket, so you don't have to much for the white if you don't fancy getting on another colour if he gets on the red. He's just got to get on the red, and that blue was always a big blue. I thought he might take the green for that reason.
7.
So he probably plays safe. He could have a pop at it. Around the table. Oh, that was, again, lucky, but there's no hand, so he can hit it.
Just for a minute, I thought that red was going to glance off the blue in the middle. You know, you can see those things happening because they've sort of happened already.
It's a weird how it sort of does. Things turn. You just expect it to happen.
Well, either way, it's a tense finish. Of course, Wilson just looking for the red.
Can he go for this clip here? I don't know. No. Flick it, pot the pink. No. That's not too bad. Bit of trouble here. It's hard to put it safe. Maybe put the red up in between the yellow and brown, but he's got to avoid him on the way back. He could play kind of a dump shot and try and snooker him with the ball colours. But it's not an easy situation, this. That's what he's looking at, but this can go wrong. He's got to hit this really well. And the white's going towards the corner pocket if he plays that. I think he'll miss the in-off. If he plays it well enough, he could get the snooker, but it's a really tough shot. Yeah, it's horrible. What he's played, and he's played a brilliant shot there. So it's a really, really good shot he's played there. With that black down there, he could send the red down there, but all players sort of cross the table snooker.
I tell you what, it's a good job it didn't go in. That would have been a free ball with the pink on. Anyway, it didn't happen, and a dramatic match has a dramatic ending in sight. Wilson still looking just for the red, but so many things have happened, you feel they could still happen yet.
Yeah, it's been a good match to watch, really. It's a bit of drama. Hey up. Pink.
Foul and a miss.
Free ball.
Womersley 6 and a free ball.
I did say things could happen, but it had that feel about it. So, again, it's going to be about getting on the last red.
Black ball.
Yeah, he's going to obviously take the free ball. Worth trying to get up the table, closer to the red, but it's tough from there. It's not easy to control the white. A bit disappointed with that, but it's not an easy shot, that.
Six.
One good pot, brilliant chance.
Daniel Womersley 6.
And he's not got away with it. So Kyren Wilson 16 ahead.
One.
22 with the blue, so it's yellow and green needed. He has certainly been made to battle for this. There was a big moment in frame 2 where he didn't get on what was frame ball yellow, eventually lost it. Womersley fluked the pink. Black waiting.
8.
Led 2-1, could have won 3-1. but Wilson needs the green, and he's going to get out of this with a point. And he comes back, of course, for 2 matches later, still very much able to win the group. So bullet dodged, I think, in the end. Kyren Wilson, his first match as world champion on the World Snooker Tour, and it ends on as even.
15.
Be relieved, I think. Things were starting to sort of conspire against him a bit, but he got the chance he needed. Womersley, that last red wasn't easy. It was do or die. He left it on, and Kyren Wilson has done enough to win the frame. So the match is drawn, and they will take a point apiece. Kyren Wilson, after a nice break following the Crucible, back on the bays and getting the draw there, 2-2.